was kind of crazy at the press conference today, wasn't it?
I mean, it's going to get crazy on August 6th. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. That wasn't nothing.
It didn't seem like the stage was too big for you or the trash talk was too much for you, Hasim. It seemed like you fit right in up there.
I mean, this is what I do. This is what I do.
Now, talk to me. Obviously, this was originally going to be Tommy Fury, but you step up on a month's notice only and say, hey, I'm in. I'll do this. I'll take this fight. What do you like shape-wise, preparation for the fight? Are you going to be 100% fully ready when August 6th rolls around?
Absolutely. I wouldn't have took the fight if I wouldn't. So, absolutely, we're going to be completely ready for this fight. I'm completely focused, and I'm super driven. And for this to be the biggest stage in boxing for the summer, I'm ready to tear the summer up. I took an L, but now I'm back. So we're going to see what's going on. I'm ready to get it cracking.
Right. And of course, if people don't know, it was only the first loss of your entire career. And now you bounce back with this huge opportunity. Payday wise, Hasim, this by far the biggest payday that you will have ever received from stepping in a boxing ring?
Yeah, for a fight, yeah.
Good. As it should be. Like we said, this is such a big fight. Now, I went and I looked at the odds, and I was expecting to see you as a pretty heavy favorite with all your experience, with the size advantage. Shocked me to see that they have Jake Paul like a 2-1 favorite. Have you seen that, and what's the reaction when you hear something like that?
Don't gamble, don't care.
Does it matter to you, though, that somebody somewhere might think that he actually has the advantage over you, though?
Don't care what nobody thinks. All that matters is what happens when that bell rings on August 6th. I don't care what nobody got to think. My team is behind me 100%. Ain't nobody in my team faulty. Ain't nobody in my team second guessing. Everybody on his team told him not to do it. His brother told him not to take this fight. His coach told him not to take it. His manager told him not to take the fight. So everybody over there is second guessing about this fight. And that's why they hit me with the, oh, you'll never get this fight again if you don't take it now. And this is a take it or leave it deal. Either you submit to all these ridiculous things or you don't get it. I said, okay, I'll take it.
What ridiculous stuff were they asking you to do, Hasim?
It's ridiculous that you ask somebody that fights at heavyweight who just got off of a fight and they know I just weighed 224 to come down to 200 pounds for a fight in a month. And then on top of that, not allow me to rehydrate myself. They wanted to make the rehydration clause at 6 o'clock on the night of the fight, I couldn't be over 210. So there's a lot of things that Jake likes to do under the table on paper that people don't know about. So, you know, I know Woodley got an incentive that if he knocks Jake out, he got an extra $500K. I got, if I step on that scale 4 ounces over, I lose 25% of my purse. So those are the type of things that Jake Paul like to do and don't like to talk about. So it's like, you know.
Wow. Did you sign the rehydration clause at 6 p.m.?
I agreed to everything. And then he want to come out and call me a heavyweight and say I'm such a heavyweight and this, that, and you want credit for fighting the heavyweight, but you want to bring me down to cruiserweight and not allow me to even rehydrate myself. Like, it's one thing to even get the cruiserweight from a heavyweight when I never fought at cruiserweight before. But then not to allow me all the way the next day, all the way to 6 o'clock to gain 10 pounds, that's gonna be a couple bottles of water. Like, come on, man. He really not that. And that's what I got across today in the press conference, that you really not that. You really shook for real. You got all these stipulations. If you was really that, you'd have said, all right, then okay, we can't get Tommy. Then if you really wanted to fight me, all right, we'll fight him at heavyweight. Now you really wanted to make a statement?
Yeah.
You'd have came up to heavyweighting for me, but you didn't. You want to bring me down. You want to stack the deck against me so that you can actually have a fighting chance. He knows he has no chance in there against me. Had it been at my weight class, had it been at heavyweight and no weight rehydration stuff.
Yeah.
And then he tried to say I'm making an excuse. It's not an excuse. This is what's real. This is what people don't know. This is what people don't know, that I agreed to this stuff. That I agreed to not rehydrate for so much. That I agreed to come all the way down to this weight class from where I was at. And like I said, his team was calling me, trying to see where my weight was at, because they wanted me to come in and spar because he needed a southpaw for Anderson Silva. But then an hour later, now they coming around talking about they want to fight. And I'm like, what? Like, oh, okay. But what else could you expect? This man is a con artist.
Hasim, and I was going to ask you about Jake, because when I think he certainly said it to me when I talked to Jake last week. He said, hey, Logan, my team, they said they don't want me to take this fight. They think it's a bad idea. Why do you think they were saying that?
Because they see him boxing, what he calls boxing. They see him in the gym. They see what he do. All he sees is that I lost my last fight by knockout. So he thinks, oh, I can win by knockout. I can knock him out too. Yeah. He ain't nothing, not even close, man. We shouldn't even be talking about Kenzie and Jake in the same sentence.
To tell me this, Tyron Woodley obviously was a UFC fighter. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's not a boxer, but he's a striker in MMA terms. What did he do wrong? Because I thought for sure Tyron goes in there and he's going to beat Jake, but he got knocked out in the most incredible way. What did past opponents of Jake do wrong, and how do you not make those same errors, Hasim?
First of all of Jake's opponents have been smaller than him.
Yeah.
All of them have been much smaller than him. This is the first time he's going to be in there with somebody that's going to be walking him down and that's much bigger than him.
Right.
I seen him at the press conference today and I kind of sized him up, but not really, because we're not at fight weight. But it's like, bro, like, you're a little boy and I'm going to treat him like one. That's what Woodley didn't do. Woodley gave him too much respect, and he sat back with his hands down, and he got caught. And I mean, the first fight and the second fight, they both was born because of the skill level that these guys are at. And like you said, this man is not a boxer; he's a striker. So if he thinks that he's gonna be able to keep up with me, he got another thing coming.
Hasim, I know you got to go. Is there a final message you'd want to send to Jake about 4 weeks before you guys step inside that ring with the world watching in Madison Square Garden?
It is not even a message to Jake. It's a message to the whole world. I'm doing this for all the Muslims across the world. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, takbir.